harmonize the entire site into a single project? How do you make all the different villages? At the time it was called villages. We have fast medicine, slow medicine, cruise medicine, end of life, villages, right? How do you make all the villages harmonize as one? Because it's a very big site, right? Yeah, and actually the rainforest idea was born partly because of the intention to find a single concept that ties everything together. There are 4 layers in the rainforest. Yeah, the lowest level is called the forest floor, which is what, these are all scientific terms that we research. Yeah, the forest floor is where all the wildlife is and all the, the food and all that is, right? And in order for this forest floor to really function as a forest floor, right, you want it to be teeming with activity and life and people. You don't want cars to be driving around because that will stop people from populating this floor with activities. And so it's not easy to achieve. One of the things we had to do was to push cars down to the basement. In order to have a real forest floor, the park came into the picture. So the park was brought into the thing and it was seamlessly connecting into the floor. We did this thing called green fingers. Yeah, so we had to pull this forest into the campus. So what you see there is, if you walk in between the different towers, right, towers A, B, C, and D, are the green fingers that are being pulled into it, and then it goes into the basement. That's the forest floor. Yeah, and we then went into the different layers, which is the understory, the canopy, and the emergent layers. And each of them have properties that we found parallel in the way we plan the hospital. Understory is where the podium is. That's where we have places like ICU, some of the TDR, which is the diagnostic places, and radiology. These are spaces that, while is quite private, but it needs very good accessibility. So ICU, of course, visiting your loved ones. So they need to be quite accessible. So the understory idea came in very well because that's where the very accessible tier of the forest is. Yeah, it's a habitat. It's a habitat on its own. The shrubs, the trunks and all that. Canopy is where the patients are in the ward towers, level 4 to level 7, and that's where they get the best quietness, the kind of healing environment, the best ventilation, the best daylight, and therefore the canopy actually is there. So we planted also greenery around so that they are able to see the greenery even as they are staying up there. So if you look at it, the different layers in the rainforest, they pervade across the entire rainforest. And so if we take that layer ring, right, and then bring it into the campus, then that helps us to tie together